Today we're going to be crafting the frog shelf hugger. Let me go over here and get this going on the Facebook. Let's see. It's going to be, hang on, craft frog shelf hugger. Hang on, I forgot to do this. Click. Go! Go, go, go! Sweet. Alright. Should be working. Let's see. Once I get this done, I can go right to what we're doing. Alright. Refresh. Are we there? We should be there. Come on, Facebook. Do all the things. Copy. And paste. Send. Sweet. Okay. Got this pulled up over there. Got all the things going. Okay. So we're going to be doing the frog. Let's see if I can get this to work. There we go. So we're going to be doing this little frog. Let me get my paper. I am super excited to do this one. And then after this craft, we have our t-shirt whatnot show. So if you want to be a part of that, you can comment the word show. And Facebook will send you all the information. If you're on YouTube, it'll be in the description. Alrighty, let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, let's go over the colors I've picked. I picked some pretty vibrant colors. Hello, Dorothy. Hello, everyone. Y'all be sure to say hello. Hello, Inez. I'm back. Me too. Me too. So I have these colors right here plus black and white. So we've got Snow White and Lamp Black. We've got those. And then I have these colors right here are going to be for our butterflies. I have Cotton Candy, Purple Petal, and Baby Blue. And then I'm also going to use the blue to kind of shade the net. I think that's going to be really pretty. And then for my butterfly bodies, I'm going to use this yellow, which is Golden Straw. And then I'm going to do my little stick handle for the net, Driftwood. And my frog is going to be these two colors, like a combo of colors. We've got Foliage Green and Mistletoe. That's what I picked, so that's what we're going to do. Hello, Edith. Hello, everyone. Welcome. All right, so we need to get us a plate. Let's do that real quick. Oh, I'm down to these are the last two of the sponges that are the yucky sponges. And I've got new sponges right here. So we're going to use those. Hello, Lori. Hello, everyone. I need to break those up. Got shocking news today. Your boss was let go. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry to hear that. All right. So, on this, we don't need to paint these two. These two, you don't even have to worry about. But you do need to paint this leg and this part right here on this main piece. So these two little areas right here, nothing else needs painted, okay? And then, so we're going to work on these two little spots right here. And I'm going to do the base of my frog, the foliage green. I don't know that I've used this one in a while. But this is what we're going to go with. Hello, Jean Jennings. How are you, my friend? Hello, Melissa. Hello again. Hello again. Y'all, I was on here earlier gluing new stuff together. And now I'm back to do our project. So this is foliage green. That's what we're going to use. And we're just going to paint the body of our frog. That color right there. It's a very, very vibrant green. Very vibrant. So we've got that part of our frog done. We're going to paint our arm. And I'm not waxing or staining anything today. We're just painting our little wood bits. So that one, this little arm right here, we're going to paint it also green. Y'all, these are super cute for spring. And they just sit on a shelf and they hug the edge. They're so cute. Y'all, it's very, very green. Very green, but so necessary. All right, let's do our little face here. And I'm probably going to do 2 coats. Just because I think it's going to be needed. And I'm just painting up into the eyes. It'll be fine. But what I am going to do is take my little pink pokey tool and clean out this little smile line. So there's our face. And then we need to do our body. I have a little dark spot right here. And I'm just going to paint over it. I'm just going to go right on over it. And like I said, I'm probably going to do 2 coats. Do our little hanging leg. All right. Now we're going to come back and we're going to start where we left off. We're going to do our second coat. And that's going to be all the green that we need to do for this little froggy. And we are going to do some shading. I haven't decided if I'm going to use this green or a marker, but we'll see how that goes. Coat number 2. Just going to make it a little more vibrant. Y'all, I want my frog to be really cute. It's so quiet in here. All the machines have stopped working. It's just the sound of silence. You'll have to go back and watch the replay. Yes. They're all, what I glued together today was inserts for the drawer. So that's what I worked on today, is some of the inserts for that. All right, and then let's do the body. And we will do the second coat on this. This one doesn't take real long. This one's a really easy, it's not a really complicated. But we are going to do some shading to make it really cute. That looks really good. All right. So that was foliage green. I'm back. It's cold. It's cold in north of Scotland. Oh, well, it is really nice weather here where I'm at. All right, we're going to get some white. And we're going to do our net white. And that's our face. And I'm going to use this sponge here that's already cut to do that. And it's probably going to take a couple of coats, but I want to do light coats because I don't want to overly fill in the lines. I just want to do a light pass, and then I'll come back over it. And then our handle is going to be a different color, and so is the ring of our net. So that is the base of that. I'm going to do a white base on my butterfly so that my overlay color here, my butterfly colors are going to be lighter. Because I just want to do like a light wash. So we're just going to go over the whole butterflies with white first. You could also use your alcohol markers like we did before to tint your white color, like we did on the carrots of our cow that we did. You could do that. But I'm gonna probably use paint. All right, so those have a base coat. Our eyes. So the little circles for the black do pop out, so you can pop those out and paint those and put them back in. So I'm gonna pop out my little circles. We'll paint those black, and we're gonna paint these parts of our eyes white. One and two, and we will come back and do a second coat. Because our eyes are not very white. Coat number 2. And coat number 2. Hello, Susan. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I might have to do a third coat on that. All right, so for our net, I'm going to do another little light pass over it. And I'm not going to make it like extra coverage. I'm just going to do light coverage. How long have you been doing your craft? It's amazing. I've been doing my crafts for a long time. This one in particular, maybe 20 minutes. Actually, I think it's about 15 minutes. All right, let's do another coat. A little frog. This is going to be the last one I put on these little eyes. Okay, those are good. The net is good. The butterflies, let's do one more. Hello, Susan. Let's do one more coat on those. And those will be ready for the, like the overlay color. All right, so these need to be black. All right, so we're doing the wax I use. The wax. Are you talking about this one? This is the spruce. It's by Kilts. It's the dark wax. I didn't dark wax today. We're just doing this. So we're going to use driftwood on our handle. You get it on Amazon. Let's cut us a sponge. Let's cut this one. what's in the lid. And we're just gonna go right up to that edge. And then we're gonna do our handle, or like our little ring around. We're gonna do that with a little bit of white mixed in just to tone it down, because the net's kind of like over it. You know how it like wraps around? So it's gonna be a little bit of a lighter shade. And that's gonna be our little net there. So that's good. All right, black for our eyes. Let's do that. All right, so let's start layering this so we can see how it looks. So we've got our little frog here. We've got our little face. We've got our little arm. I'm gonna have to paint that in there because you can kind of see that. Okay, and this little hand here, and then our little arm holding the little handle, and then we have a butterfly, and then a butterfly, a little ring goes around. And so far we've got our little frog, and then we've just got our little eyes here. So we can do our little eyes and then paint them black. All right. Hobby style bird boxes. My mother-in-law loves bird boxes. She loves birds. She is a bird fanatic. We have so many bird houses. We have like, I don't know what kind of bird boxes, but I'm just saying, like, she loves hummingbirds, and we have a woodpecker, and we have 3 squirrels that come also to our backyard. She loves, and I got her binoculars for Christmas one year, and she loves to bird watch. Yeah, so she's a lover of all things birds. I mean, I think birds are really pretty. But she really, that's like her hobby for sure. She is the bird lady. All right, there's a little eye. Let's do the next one. She built a bird box, like a birdhouse. Like a birdhouse. And we hung it on our fence. All right. I might need 2 coats of that black. All right, so the colors for my butterflies are these colors right here. I thought they would be really pretty colors for this. Look at how cute our little frog is. It's just so adorable. All right, so they are fun to make. They are. All right, I need a paintbrush that's tiny. Your mother-in-law is the same, loves all things birds. She does. She loves the bird stuff. All right, so I've got me this little brush here. And I'm just gonna use the paint that's in the lids. And we're gonna paint our butterflies. But we wanna shake up our paints just a little bit. What is her favorite bird? You know, I haven't even asked her. I don't know. That's a great question. I'll have to ask her. What kind of sponges? These are from Amazon. They're makeup sponges. They're makeup wedges. So they come like this. And I get them in a 500 pack. Because I go through a lot of sponges. They're just makeup wedges. And then you pull them apart. And then you can use them like this, or you can cut them in half. And I get them on Amazon. They're in my Amazon shop. And then I just end up pulling them apart, and I put them in this little container here that I got from the dollar store. I'll break them up like this, and then I just put them in the little container. And then I can just grab them when I need them. But for right now, I'm just going to stick them all in here, and I'll do that later. Oh, you're so welcome. All right, so we've got 3 little butterflies, and we have our little net here. So I also want to add some shading to my net. Let me find a different brush. I need an angled brush. Let's use this angled brush right here. This is an angled 3/8 of an inch. Let me get a plate. All right, so the thing about doing shading and stuff like that is there's multiple ways you can do it. Like, you could do it however you want to do yours, you can do it. I like to use water on a plate, like a pool of water. I like to get my brush wet, and then you want to use a paper towel. I'm almost out of paper towels. You want to use a paper towel, and you just don't want your brush to be like super saturated. So I have this blue. This is baby blue, and I'm going to take just a little bit with my brush handle, and I'm going to stick it over here, and I'm going to scoop some white, and I'm going to just make me a light blue that I can float on my net to give it a little bit of a highlight. So we've got a little bit of blue. We've got our water. Okay, let me move all these little pieces off of here. Okay, so we're gonna use the same blue for our butterflies. We're gonna use that for our net. So I'm going to take my sanding sponge that's super fine. It's like 120. And I'm just going to lightly go over my net and just smooth it out. And I'm going to dust this. Okay. And we're going to take our angled brush. This is an angled brush like so. And we're going to put paint on the tip of it. Like just the tip at the top. So we're going to make sure that we have some water on our brush. Not too much. You don't want it to. Grab some paint on the tip of it. Say just the top. And you're going to float that along the bristles like so. And then with the other side of your brush, you can dip that into the bristles and it'll pick up water, or into the water. And then you can grab your paint and then float it along the edge like so. That was too much water. So now we've got a little bit of paint here, and we're gonna go along the underside of our net with our paint. So we're just gonna float along these little lines along the underside. Just like so. And it's going to look like that. You might not see it because it's really light, but it is there. And then we're going to do the same thing along this other side here. So we're going to float that. We're going to go grab some more. Get some water. And float that blue. And we're going to come along this underside just like that. So we just want to give our little net a little character. I wish you guys could see how it looks. It looks really good. Now I'm not going to do down the edges. I'm not going to do it because then it's going to make the whole thing blue. We don't want the whole thing to be blue. We just want it to be like a little bit, a little bit. All right, so let's clean off our brush because we're going to use that for our frog for shading. And now that net is done. So we can put our little thing back over it and we are good to go. So our net's good. We're going to do our little butterfly. Now our butterfly, the body is going to be yellow. And this is golden straw. So we're going to do yellow on our body. And then we're going to do different colored butterflies. Okay, so butterfly number 1. Let's do butterfly number 2. They're all going to have the same colored bodies. Isn't it sweet? It's just so cute. I really wanted to craft this one on Friday, but y'all, I had so much going on Friday. It was Michelle's birthday. We had our Whatnot show. I just didn't get a chance to get to it. All right, let's do this body. Okay, so yellow little bodies. I know they're tiny. They're tiny. They're tiny little butterflies. All right, tiny, tiny, tiny. All right, we're gonna do this little side butterfly. We're gonna do it pink. We're gonna do it pink around the edges. And then we're gonna do blue on the inner parts. So we're gonna do that. All right, let's change that out. Now let's get our blue. And we're gonna do blue on the inside. A little bit more blue. Whoops. That was too much water. Sometimes my brush gets dry. All right, that one is done. Cute. All right, now let's go to the next one. We're gonna do purple. You want to retire so you can craft all day? Well, I am not retired. I wish I could craft all day, but I will say that my job is really fun because I do get to have some times where I get to craft. Not all the time, but sometimes. All right, we're gonna do the purple petal. That purple petal is very thick, so I'm gonna grab just a little bit of water and I'm gonna go around the edges of this one, and it's gonna be that purple right there. Come around this other side and do the edges on this side too. Yeah, that's my dream also. Like when I get old and I'm like, I hope I can craft. I really do hope I can craft. We're going to do pink on this one. Pink in the middle of our purple. That's cotton candy. That's cute. So we did a pink and blue. We've got a pink and purple. Cute. And we're going to do the last one is going to be pink and yellow. Oh, we need to do, hold on, y'all. I need to do the body of it pink. I shouldn't have done that. So we need to do the body of it pink, and then we're going to do the inner parts yellow. Just the little bits, just subtle little bits that are going to be yellow. Who's here?
Your mom. Your mom.
It's April. Did you leave?
Yeah. I left and came back.
Did you eat something?
Oh, I was gonna stop at flipping.
So I'm gonna run over to the Parkers. I should have time. Look, April.
Is that the frog?
It's the frog.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Oh.
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
It's got little suction cups. Oh my gosh, they're so cute.
Look at this little butterfly. I'm pretty close to being done. I just have to do the shading on the frog. But look, it's the Google eyes.
Yes, the googly eyes. I'm sorry, the suction cups. They're so cute.
The little Google eyes. And then I'm doing the little yellow in the 2 spots there.
Yeah, that's adorable.
For this one that goes on the
Yes.
the net.
It's adorable. So adorable.
I think the kitchen is I think the Parker's kitchen is open for a minute.
Yeah, I don't know what time it closes. I'm really not sure. What did you want from over there?
Oh, chicken.
Like chicken, and fries?
Well, usually I get their potato wedges, but I haven't got them this past few times.
I'll go over there and see if their kitchen is still open. It should be.
April is so funny. She is funny.
Potato wedges or do you not want potato wedges?
Well, I want that. So,
Box?
yeah, just the box.
Okay.
But I want the Parker sauce.
Okay.
And I can, if you want to wait, I can go with you. I'll be done in probably like 15 minutes.
Okay. I'll just wait.
Because I was gonna see if they had peach tea,
Okay.
and I want you to carry all that.
I understand.
Okay, so our butterflies are done. Now we want to do some shading on our frog's body. Oh, that doesn't go there. So we're gonna shade our frog. Look at how cute it is. And that's gonna be with mistletoe. Y'all, it's really easy to do if you just practice. I always say practice makes progress. Practice makes progress. You just gotta practice. Practice, practice, practice. All right, so we're going to now take the same water that we have here still, and we're gonna use the mistletoe to do shading on our frog. I mean, look at that green. That green though. All right, let's pull all the little pieces off because we are going to sand this. We're going to sand these little bits. We're going to sand with our light grit sandpaper just to smooth. Okay, just want to smooth it out. Go ahead and do that. That way when we're done, all we got to do is glue it together. All right, let's sand this one. I think I am going to add some cheeks though. Now you could use a marker if you want to shade, add dimension, or you could use paint. So let's start by shading our froggy's face. Check my phone. Shade the cheeks when I'm done. Let's go ahead and just use this one. We're just going to use this. So I've got my plate here. I've got some water for my brush. We're going to do what we did before. Okay, except we're going to use the green to float. On the tip of our brush. So just like that. A little more water. And we're going to float along our bottom part of our frog's face. Just like so. A little more water. There is a bristle. Okay, so we've got along the bottom of our face here. We could probably do a little bit more, but I'm just going to leave it like so. Okay. Cute, cute, cute. Now, under our eyes, okay, under our eyes, we're going to see where our eyes sit. We're going to do some under our eyes. I'm gonna do right up under our eyes. Let's go the other way. Probably should have did it that way. Let's do the other side. Oh, we need to go a little further down. see if that's good enough. Nope. I need to go some more. I need to go further. I feel like I'm going too far. All right, let's dry it and see what it looks like. Now let's try it one more time. Let's see. Let's see what we're working with here. Okay, I think our little face is coming together. All right, let's stick on our little eyes. Let's just see. I think this one might go on this side. Maybe. Googly eye there. Let's do another little Google eye over here. Okay, so we've got some color up under our eyes. Our face is coming together. And we're going to do our little arm. So our arm's going to come down. So we're going to do that. And I'm just scooping up some water and like floating it along the edge. And I'm going to come down the side. And then we're going to do, scoop the little hands, the little, she called them little suction cups. So we're going to do that. Let's do this one. I do need some more water. Okay, so again, same brush situation. I'm going to get most of that water out of there. And we're going to pick up some of our green. And we're going to do the same thing. Float it along the edge. That was a little much. Try to hold it. That one's good. All right, we're gonna do along our leg here. All right, so we're gonna go down the side. And we're going to float along this way. how we're looking. So we got our face, we've got our arm, we've got our other arm, got our leg. Now we need to do our body here and then this one. Okay, so let's get us some more water. Scoop up some water. If you get too much paint in your brush, just rinse it out a little bit, and you can start anew. You can start new. Start a new little spot over here. Okay, so I'm gonna come through. That's a little much. Let's do it this way. Let's do around the little suction cup. Grab some water. Suction cup, suction cup, suction cup. And then we're gonna come up the bottom. Kind of like that. I got a little heavy right there on the leg, but there's a fold there. Like there's a little bit of a fold. So now I'm gonna go over my frog body. With a little bit of water. Just to kind of blur that line just a little bit and blend it a little more. Alright, so now let's lay everything on top of here. Let's see how we got it working. So we got our little frog leg. We got our little frog face. The little Google eyes. We've got our arm. And now I do want to do a little shadow on the arm over here. Okay. So just right up under where that arm's going to go on this line. Okay, so we're going to take our brush. I mean, isn't it cute how it's coming together? You could also do this, like I said, with alcohol markers. It's whatever you want to do. So we're gonna scoop up some water. Get us some paint. Now I'm gonna overextend it right along here. Just like so. So when we lay our arm over, we have a little shadow there, like right there. And then right here where our face is, we're going to do the same thing. of our layers are all done. And now we want to dry. Our little frog. Cute. Isn't it the most adorable? It's the cutest little frog. Okay, so now that our frog is all shaded, it's all done. Now we get to do all the little final steps. There's like little dots on its face. We could do cheeks. We can do little, whatever we want to do to it, okay? So I did the edges with mistletoe, and my frog's color is foliage green. So this is the 2 combo. So if you get this one, this is the colors that I used. All right, here's what my paper towel looks like. Here's what my plate looks like. All the things, okay? Alrighty, so we're gonna come in with our little eyeballs. Or, I'm sorry, we're gonna come into our little spots here with a marker, and we're gonna do a little bit of a darker green. I think I'm gonna try and use this one right here. Maybe not that one. Let's see what this one looks like. Let's try this one. So we're gonna do our little spots for our little frog with our alcohol marker. I'm just gonna go over them a couple times. So that's how our little spots are looking. Now you can do like little dots like this. You can do some like on the little feet. You can do some like this. Maybe some on the little hand. And do them like that. You could use them on your belly too. And then our little butterfly is going to go like there. So we've done some little spots. All right. I'm going to do cheeks. With my blush. If you guys want to check out the spring kits, you can comment the word bloom. And Facebook will send you a message to our spring collection. It's just subtle. It's soft. It's not like over the top. going to pop those little eyes back out, and we're going to paint, we're going to sand, we're going to lightly sand our white. I know how to bring the look to the next level. I mean, I try and show everybody how they can also bring the look to the next level. If you just copy everything I do, you can do it too. Follow the tutorial. Practice makes progress. Don't forget that. Just putting water over the black so that I can bring back some of that color. Like some of the vibrancy of the black. Because once you sand it, it gets kind of dull. Alright. You love it. Well, thank you. Thank you. So we're going to go ahead and glue on our little eyeballs. Okay. Glue those on. I think I'm going to do mine rotated like that. So we're going to do the rotation like so. Next little eyeball. You know, I gotta hurry up. I got to hurry. We still gotta go across the street and get our food. Alright. It's just gluing at this point. Just gluing everything on. Don't forget about our Whatnot show tonight at 6 o'clock Eastern. So Eastern time. We have our t-shirt show. It's Easter. Requested reruns from people. So don't forget. If you haven't checked it out, you can comment the word show and come and see us on Whatnot, and you can go see what's loaded. What is your favorite glue? The only glue on the planet? I used to use Gorilla Glue. I don't use that anymore. Alright, so we're going to put glue here for our butterfly. And I'm just going to add the little ring there. And then I'm going to stick on my butterfly. Oh, this is not the butterfly. This is the butterfly that goes there. It's the purple one. Okay. Then we're going to glue this onto that. But first, we're going to glue on our little side butterfly. We have to do our back pieces so that our frog will sit on the shelf and hug it. I mean, how cute are you? You're adorable. All right, so the way that this works is this is layered. This is layered. So you want to glue this together and make sure that it stands up. Okay, so you're going to glue number 1, you're going to glue number 2 to number 1, make sure that it's going to stand. Okay, so that's what we're going to do first. Glue number 1 to number 2. So, see how it's standing? All right, we're going to do number 3 to number 2. Same thing. So right on there, just like that. And you can do your edges if you want. I am not doing my edges. For time's sake, obviously, it's 5:20. So I have to still go get dinner and then get myself ready to go. It's been a busy day. All right, so this is ready to go. There is supports for the back if you feel like you need them. You would glue them to the back side. Okay, and you could add your little support wherever you feel like you need to put it on here if you need it. I've not had to use any of these, but we send it anyways. All right, now what we're going to do is glue on our frog to the front parts. I have not. You are absolutely right. I have not. That would be accurate. I have not used that Gorilla Glue since I discovered the Stick Fast and purchased it. Okay, so now we have, this part is going to sit on the shelf. All right, and we're going to glue on our little butterfly right over here. And now we have our little shelf hugger is ready to go. Now let me get my little shelf and I will show you what it looks like. Put those back. Do not use that. I have a little shelf, I'll show you. Done, done, done. Just stuck my finger right in the paint. I don't need that. So I got this little shelf at Target so long ago and it's perfect. So let's switch our view to here. Whoops. And I'm going to stick my little shelf right there. Let me try and point it down just a little bit. Let's move that out of the way. So this little guy will hang right there on our shelf. I don't have a lot of clearance here to show you. But isn't it cute? It's just the cutest little thing.